The ongoing Israeli offensive in Gaza has escalated, leaving civilians trapped in the crossfire and prompting global outcry. The United Nations Security Council, however, is facing mounting criticism for its perceived failure to address the unfolding humanitarian crisis.
Where is the respect for international humanitarian law? How much more death and destruction can one cope with? How many more attacks on schools, hospitals, humanitarian workers, and so on must we witness? The level of suffering in Gaza is unbearable and inhumane.
Despite the severity of the situation, the United Nations Security Council has yet to produce a substantive response, drawing sharp criticism from various quarters. Advocates for immediate action argue that the Council's failure to address the crisis undermines its mandate to maintain international peace and security.
That for the sake of the UN and humanity, meeting and commitments are not enough. Resolutions and statements are not enough. It needs to be implemented on the ground. We need concrete action now. We need a humanitarian ceasefire now.
Critics point to the deadlock within the Council, where divergent national interests have impeded the adoption of a unified stance on the matter. World leaders, humanitarian organizations, and concerned citizens have taken to social media platforms, expressing their dismay and urging the international community to prioritize the safety and well-being of civilians in Gaza.
The humanitarian situation in Gaza is catastrophic and worsening daily. An immediate humanitarian ceasefire is essential, and we repeat our calls for this, along with an urgent and significant scaling up of humanitarian access and supplies, including food, fuel, water, and medical supplies.
As the situation continues to deteriorate on the ground, the failure of the United Nations Security Council to address the crisis in Gaza raises questions about the efficacy of the international body in responding to pressing humanitarian issues. The urgency of the situation underscores the need for diplomatic efforts to bridge divisions and facilitate a coordinated international response to bring an end to the violence and suffering in Gaza.
The military operations in Gaza have gone too far. The lack of food, electricity, water, medicines, and healthcare is a disaster for the people of Gaza, including for almost 1 million children. The death toll is unbearable,